None of the guys, they wanted to even do national route. What is going on, y'all, man? I know y'all clicked on this video to try to figure out, like, you know, what this video is gonna be about, you know what I'm saying? But basically, this video is just gonna be about my time at Shamrock, man. Shamrock, man. Shamrock is good company. Like, if you're looking for like the money, and really, I don't know, really that's it. Or if you're just trying to get like a local job or something like that. But basically, man, every single day with Shamrock, man, it was always an issue. Shamrock's a good company, man. But there's a lot, you're gonna deal with a lot of issues, man. You know, I'm gonna try to make this video under, keep this under like 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep it under 10 minutes. So I'm just starting, you know, let y'all know how my journey was at Shamrock. But yeah, you're gonna deal with a lot of stuff at Shamrock, man. You're gonna have going out there with 1,400 cases, 14 to anywhere. I mean, some drivers when I was there, they was even going out with like 1,500 cases. But basically, you're gonna go out there with 1,400 cases to the systems routes is 1,400 cases. Basically, 1,300 to 1,400 cases. All right. Then on top of that, like the national routes is about 1,000 to 1,200 cases and 15, 17 stops. Yep, I said it. 15, 17 stops and a 36 footer. Sometimes they put it in a 28 footer. You ain't got no room. You gotta walk back and forth from the freezer, carry one case, and put it on your dolly. Now I'm gonna have some videos. I'm gonna have some photos of some of my loads in this video, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put them right on the screen while I'm recording this video after I'm done editing. But basically, yeah, you'll go out there with, you know, 1,000 cases, and it'd take you all day, basically, because you can't find nothing. Your load's messed up, and your load's flipped over, and you out there 16 hours a day, basically, every single day, constantly. Every day of my stuff was messed up. Doing 16 hours, working 65, 70 hours a week. Yeah, you're gonna make good money, but at the same time, it's like, man, you go out there and be out there working 65, 70 hours a week. And that's gonna be your whole life, every single day. If you got anything else going on, it's gonna be hard to do it. Because you're just gonna be working 65, 70 hours a week. The hiring process is short. The hiring process, nothing. Fill out an application, boom. Take a DOT drug test. You did an interview here in Phoenix. The only thing I did was just, they pulled my application and just did a quick interview with Gus. Then after that, they offered me the job offer. Now, if you got experience, if you got food service experience, they're gonna give you a little bit more money. Start off, cause like Shamrock, they start off like if you don't have no experience, like $20. Like that's your base pay. And then they have incentives for the more cases like you deliver, like per hour. Like the minimum cases you have to deliver to meet that, you got to deliver at least 89 cases an hour. That's easy, anybody could do that. But yeah, basically, yeah, so they have incentives. They gonna start you off like here in Phoenix, like at 20 something if you don't have no experience. And if you got experience, they probably start you off like at 22. That's gonna be your base, your hourly rate, plus all your incentives and all that, you know, for delivering all the cases and things like that. But yeah, basically, man, while I left Shamrock, it's just dealing with a lot of stuff, man. 16 hours a day, the loads. I was working 5 days a week. Yeah, I mean, you make good money, but at the same time, you're gonna be out there 16. Some drivers even out there 17 hours on the local run. I'm talking about just around town. 16, 17 hour days. I mean, if you want to deal with that, and then plus your loads, everything being mixed. The freezer is gonna be mixed. If you're gonna have 15 stops, 16, some drivers even having 18 stops. You're talking about 1,000, 1,200 cases, 17 stops. 30 cases here, 20 cases here, 10 cases there, 50 cases here, 60, 80 cases here. Man, you just out there all day until they don't care. They gonna have you gonna run out of hours, and then they still don't care. They gonna send another driver out there and help you do the route, and that's it. And you're gonna do the same thing every single day, except that if you start late on your route, then they're gonna put you on a different route, and it's the same thing every single day. Drivers constantly quitting. I was there for almost a year, and within that year, I was seeing drivers come in and out of the door. It was here, one driver, he came in for one day, and then he was gone the next day. It's like, I can't do that. Y'all working 16-hour days? Nah, I can only work 8 to 10 hours. And he went home. But in that time period, man, you just gonna constantly be seeing drivers and digging for cases, looking for cases, back hurting, feet hurting, and just working 70 hours a week. But if you go there just for the money, you can make money. But at the same time, I mean, because how the loads are, because the loads come down from a conveyor. They come down. It's not like there's a loader loading loading the trucks. There's not a loader. It's just come down from the conveyor. So all your stuff is constantly mixed, because it's not like McLean. There's a loader doing it. So everything goes on a pallet. At Shamrock, it's off a conveyor, and they've been doing that stuff for years. So all your stuff that's why the loads is always messed up and mixed, and drivers working 14, 15-hour days. So if you're thinking about going to Shamrock, and plus everything is loaded on the ground. So if you're thinking about going to Shamrock, you better think about it real good before you go, cause all your stuff is gonna be floor loaded, damaged. I mean, just like any other job, but at the same time, it's coming off a conveyor. So there's be days like they have me starting at 10 o'clock, but then I wouldn't leave until 12, 1 o'clock. So then I'm already 2 hours behind, and the customer calling trying to figure out where you at, and Shamrock asking you where you at, but it's like, y'all already had me dispatched late, 2 hours behind. Y'all want me to get out there, run fast, and try to make up time? You can't make it on time. Most of the time, you spend half your time. You're gonna be a little bit of time. I would say 10% of your time you're gonna be driving. The rest of it's gonna be making deliveries. But most of it, you're just gonna be digging for cases, looking for it, trying to figure out where all the stuff is at. But the benefits, they alright. I mean, just basic benefits. I mean, it's not nothing really that good. I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, just the loads is gonna be jacked, because they come off conveyor. Your dispatch time is at 10. Probably most likely, if you're doing a national route, you're gonna be basically gonna be leaving at anywhere from like 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning. There's times I ain't left at 1 o'clock in the morning trying to doing somebody else's route. And most of the time, if the route is screwed up, the guy whose route it is, he'll just call off, and then they'll put you on the route. And then from there, you already know what's going on, because if the guy called off on the route, it's because they added stops or the load is messed up. So he just call off the route and just use sick days, and that's it. Because every time you work, you accumulate sick days no matter what. So it's not like he's losing anything. But basically, yeah, you're gonna be. As soon as you go up in there, if you don't have no route, you're gonna be on the extra board, just bouncing around doing different routes. So one day you might start at 9 o'clock. Next day you might start at 1 o'clock. The other day you might start at 2 a.m., 5, sometimes 6. There ain't nothing. I mean, there's guys I was talking to there who've been there for like 10, 15 years and still can't finish their route. But then I was coming in and he was like, you expect me to finish the route? But yeah, basically, man, it's like, and then most of the time, none of the guys, they wanted to even do national route.